Hey gang, it's your GM Drakeen here with another homebrew. It's definitely been a minute. So this is a picture of Menzo Baranzan. It's the Drow City, famous for R.A. Salvatore's novels, the character Drist Do'Urden, if you're familiar with his novels. And this was done by Frank Rossi. He is an artist in Italy, I believe. And he was kind enough to let me use this image to help recruit players for my Out of the Abyss game, which is Saturdays at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. on Start Playing. But I just want to give a quick update for some scroll tech that I think might be useful to players. Let's jump into it. So I've covered some of this before, but some of it's a bit new. So this is from the Sane Magic Items guide, and it lists the cost if you wanted to buy a spell scroll, how much it might cost. So the rules I'm about to introduce here, some of them are homebrew, and these are in addition to the existing rules. I haven't taken anything away from the rules. I'm just adding to them here. So this is from Xanathar's. It's from Downtime. And what this is saying is how much you can invest to create a scroll. So if you want a first level scroll, you could, take a day, spend 25 gold pieces, and create a spell scroll. Why would you want to do that? Well, take these spells as an example. Maybe you don't want to carry absorb elements every single day, right? But if you get hit by a fireball, you need it, right? It's a good thing to have. Maybe you don't need a cure wound spell. Hopefully, not every single day, right? But if you run out of healing and you need healing, hey, uh, maybe someone's looking for you and you see them across the street and you need to evade them. So, you need disguised self. Maybe you get thrown off a cliff or fall off of a dragon or something. I don't know, right? And you need Featherfall. Maybe you don't want to carry Featherfall every single day, but when you need it, right? Protection from evil and good. Maybe, you run into a fiend uh, and you need, it not to hit you. And if you don't want to get, maybe you need Sanctuary, right? So just examples of things you might want to carry that you might not necessarily need every single day. Um, so I created a little niche for players called the scroll memorization. Let's jump into it really quick. So scroll memorization. So this is again in addition to the existing rules. I'm not taking anything away. So say you want to memorize Featherfall. You find a Featherfall scroll or you make one. So you attune to the scroll, and this locks the Featherfall scroll in your mind, right? Why would you want to do that? Okay, well, thereafter you can cast the spell as if they had read it from the scroll without requiring to use magic item action or having a scroll in hand. So normally you can only cast a spell using a spell scroll with the use magic item action, but if that's the case and you got thrown off a cliff, you would need to cast it as a reaction. Otherwise, you'd probably have to pull it out of your backpack and you would probably hit the ground right before you could get it cast. So that's not much good for a Featherfall scroll. So that's why you might want to memorize a scroll, just so you could do it as a reaction. Or in some cases, some spells are a bonus action, whatever, right? So now you can do that under this variant rule. Um, so a creature can only lock a spell in the memory they cast normally. So you can't memorize higher levels spells than you could normally cast. You can read scrolls that are higher level, though, just FYI. After casting, the spell fades and the scroll comes to dust and is no longer in the mind of the creature that attuned to it. Simple enough. That's pretty much it. The spell is still affected by counterspell and the like, and if the scroll is taken from the creature, the spell memorization is lost. So the spell scroll is still casting the spell, so you need to have the scroll on you to cast it. If it's taken from you, then, you know, your memorization is lost. And if the spell scroll requires concentration, you can only memorize on one spell at a time or one spell scroll at a time, whichever the case may be, right? And then creature can only utilize a number of scrolls no greater than the spell slots they possess. So if you have three first level spell slots, you can only have three first level spell scrolls in memory. So I think that's kind of useful. So that way, you could pick Featherfall, you could pick Absorb Elements, you could pick something else like Protection from Evil and Good. Like those are kind of spells you hopefully don't need every single day, right? But when you need them, you need them, right? So I think this opens some doors, possibilities for spellcasters that people might not necessarily think of, and I think that's it. Oh, and then you can unattune, of course, in the normal way you would unattune from something. So that's my little spiel for today. These are my games. My tomb games are 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. on Sunday. Rime of the Frost Maiden is Wednesdays 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Oddity of the Abyss is Saturdays 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. So hope to see you at the gaming table, and thanks for watching. Take care.